too early
Yeah.
nowadays.
To the next stop. Covering all your sports info. You step in and stand clear. Let's go. You got Super Dave, Coach Kirk, and Todd the Magnificent. Tuned in to Bars and Hoops Radio, where the world of hip hop and sports live.
All right. Good afternoon. We are live. Today is Monday, January 27th, on a cold winter day. We survived the storm. It is Super Dave along with Coach Kurt.
Who you know?
G Money in the building.
What's up?
All right. Shout out to Surge, the sports star, Slick, the relic, the living fossil, Todd, the Magnificent. They out. They snowed in. But anyway, let's get to it. So we got a wintry mix. We ain't get hit hard with a snowstorm in a hot minute. Want to say peace and blessings to everybody out there. You know, the storm is real. Thank goodness everybody's okay so far that we know of. Yeah, we're gonna talk some football. We're gonna talk some sports. We're gonna pass the peace and the blessings to everybody that is safe and out there. It's cold, it's wintry. Life be lifing, as I always say. You know, I don't know where I got that from, but it's true. We out here, you know, in the elements, and we're gonna try to make it hot. Happen, Coach Kurt. Let's start with the weekend.
Manga.
Yo, all right. The relic, who was with his perfect attendance record, is out.
He's starting all over again.
All right. G Money, welcome back. I know you was gone last week.
Yeah.
Mini vacation. How was everything?
I don't do vacation. I'm retired. I do getaways, sir.
My bad.
Vacation for people that work. I don't work anymore. So that's what I'm going with. Yes. But I had a good vacation. Came back before the snow. Been shoveling. You know, muscles hurt, but all is well. Can't complain.
Coach Kurt, he said I don't do vacation, but I was on vacation.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm on getaways.
All right, a little mini getaway. All right, I stand corrected.
Me too, shoveling, and I had a game Saturday up in the Bronx.
The boogie down.
We did pretty good, you know. Won our 2 games. They try to flip the script on us, bring in some
ringers.
Yeah, these tall kids. One kid was taller than me with some dress. Yeah. He's supposed to be 10 and 11 years old. Man, the kid was taller than me. But
wow. 7 feet, 10 years old. It happens.
But we did our business, you know. One thing when we go play these teams, because we run plays, we run sets, and these other teams are thrown together. They have no clue what they're doing. They just, you know, just like in the park, they're just getting together and running up and down the court.
Right.
And we did a good job.
All right. Saturday, I went to me, Mike, and Norm. We shout out to Eric King and all his uptown people, his Harlem Nights. You know, I was on the bus out of the Bronx. We went to see the Knicks and Philly play. We had a great time. I mean, it was very entertaining. They was very hospitable and they moved around. And just once we got there in the game, the Knicks came to battle, but then, I mean, the referees. I mean, I hate to pinpoint referees because I don't be paying attention, but this Tony Brothers, he the worst. So I was like, after watching that game, like, yo, how these dudes get paid? Really, I'm really like, yo, how they get paid?
He been there a while too.
And then the Knicks was missing free throws. Like, it was bananas. They was missing free throws. It was horrible. Missing free throws, and then you know, they won on a humble, but you know, we'll take the victory. But like if they would have lost, I would have been tight, but I would have been like, yeah, all right. I'm just, you know, it's just a lot to swallow. But you know, we won. We like invaded Philly because we lost 2 times already in the year to Philly. And then you know, I know Greg, you want to say something about your 76ers. Go ahead.
No, well, I wasn't here to watch it, but
Understood.
they're gonna get it together and come around. You know, once they few more games, and you know, Embiid gets a little healthier, but he gonna never
Oh,
be
he had a good game.
never gonna be 100%. So
Yeah. Then what do you have, like 20 something the first half or something?
Yeah, I think he finished with 38 points, but like again, like the officiating was horrible. I was like, yo, Towns played 16 minutes. He fouled out in 16 minutes and whatnot. Of course, he tried to clear people, like get space, and they call him. They don't give him the call. But when he get beat up, they don't give him the call. And he got beat up. I mean, they were just hitting him. They were just, you know, and like, wow, 16 minutes, you fouled out, and you know, you don't get no calls. And we came away with the victory, and we missed critical free throws. Like, it was just bad. I don't know if they had a lid on the rim. I don't know what was going on, but we somehow beat Philly, and we came out of it. And we didn't get our butts whipped because, you know, coming out of Philly, you know, like, yeah, we won, New York, and then they're like, yeah, screw you guys, you know, a little more.
Well, y'all were 3 buses strong, right?
Against 19,000 other people. I think the math ain't mathing, coach. Come on. It just ain't mathing. But yo, so let's just talk about the impending Super Bowl. It's going down in 2 weeks. New England Patriots against the Seattle
Where's
Seahawks.
The game at this year?
In San Francisco.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I guess the general consensus, and we'll be talking about it as they prep, like this weekend, next week. You know, it's a lot. Just like media day, you know, you'd be like, all right, play the darn game already. But you know, I think the general consensus is New England should win, or you know,
no.
I mean,
Seattle.
Okay, cut. Rewind. The general consensus is that the Seahawks should win, and why do we say that?
Because they have a good defense.
Okay.
They can run the ball. And as long as Donald plays, doesn't give the ball away, the last 3 games, he has no turnovers.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't see New England beating them. So, yeah.
What about you, Coach? What you got?
Well, I don't want New England to win, so I'm going with Seattle. Yeah.
All right, stop the cap. Let me ask you a question. So, like, just hypothetically, I get it. We Jet fans, some of us. The guy on the other side of the room is a Cowboy fan. You know, one of the questions is, which team out of the NFC has it been?
Oh, you saw that.
30
years.
In 30 years.
They haven't been to the NFC Championship.
Which team is that, though? That's the question.
Oh, the Cowboys?
That's correct.
Okay.
30 years, yeah.
Right, 30 years. They haven't been to NFC Championship. Every other team has.
Only NFC team in 30 years that hasn't been to the championship. NFC Championship.
So, I mean, well, they just got to get together. They got to do better, you know, to get better and do better. All right, so with that, also, we'll look at it like, all right, Sam Darnold, he been a few places. From 2000, he got drafted in 2018. He was number 3, along ahead of Sam Darnold. Now, I mean, Sam Darnold ahead of Baker Mayfield, rather, and then Lamar. I don't know where he went, but definitely Josh Allen was behind him.
They was all in that draft.
They was all in the same draft.
Oh wow, okay.
And
Baker Mayfield was number 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Sam Darnold's second Super Bowl.
Right, he went with,
He went
with the
49ers,
49ers as
but
a
he was the
backup.
backup.
Oh, he's a backup. Yeah.
Yep.
But he got this. Shout out to Scotty Scott, John Janowitz, John Green, tuning in. Right. So this is second Super Bowl,
Okay.
but this one he's leading the team.
He's gonna play.
Right. So
Who did San Francisco lose to? You remember?
yeah, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
Oh, that's okay. Nah, man.
right. So I mean, when we think about it and we look at things in perspective, it's
So he was on the Panthers.
Right.
After the Jets, he went to the Panthers.
Matter of fact, when we came here and did our first show, he got released and was sent to the Panthers.
Released or traded? Either way. Okay.
Yeah, he got traded. Absolutely, he did get traded. We did our opening show, but now me, you, Mike, Flanagan, Dana,
Wow.
JC,
Long time.
and we started here.
Yeah.
And that day,
He got
because
that.
Teddy Bridgewater was on the Jets, he was out playing somebody,
Yeah.
and
Teddy
they
Bridgewater
was
should
trying to maneuver what was going on, and they sent Sam Darnold. So it was in April 21. That's
Wow.
crazy. So
They should have kept Teddy Bridgewater.
So he started his journey moving around and whatnot. So he went to the Panthers. And from the Panthers, he went to the Niners. From the Niners, he went to Minnesota.
Yeah.
From Minnesota,
Didn't want to pay him no money.
Right.
and they
dropped
like,
the ball.
If they have it to do all
And
over
he had a
again,
good year.
right.
He's
So-
the first person to have like back 14 back-to-back 14
Yeah.
wins
wins
on the
season.
game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 'Cause I remember the Lions. I mean, Minnesota had a good year.
Right.
I think they got destroyed. Did they get destroyed by?
In the playoffs,
by
the first
Detroit?
one. Yes.
Yes. I remember.
Right. And everybody was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
they was hyping him up
Right.
game before, and then he looked terrible."
Yeah. He didn't
But
play
he
well.
good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got his money,
Mhm.
and he's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So right. So
And nobody knows where is Wilson. He was a backup on Denver.
he's on the Giants.
Wilson? No, not that Wilson. The one that the
That's
Jets kept.
Wilson.
Oh, he went to the Dolphins.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where.
Yeah, he's on the Dolphins. Matter of fact, when they played Pittsburgh, he went
He
and
played?
no, he didn't play.
Oh,
He was talking to Aaron Rodgers at the end of the game, so
Oh,
he came
okay.
out. So that particular Wilson, right? He'll probably be a marginal backup for his whole career.
he was a marginal starter for the Jets. It's very marginal.
Oh my goodness! So shout out to Dave Bell watching.
What up, D?
So
Yeah, Cowboy fan.
oh my goodness!
What up, my brother?
Cowboy Nation, Steeler Nation. We can't even say that about the Jets. Jets Nation, the plane is colliding.
Yo, did you see that thing? I think Matt put it there. He was talking about the Nets. So
Oh my
he
goodness!
said, "Yo, the Brooklyn Clownies." I was
Oh,
rolling.
yeah, I saw
I
that.
couldn't stop laughing
That I mean, well,
because they were getting destroyed the other night.
last night,
Last
yeah,
night,
yeah,
they were down by 36 at one point.
yeah. It is horrible. It is definitely horrible.
Mm.
But yeah, let's stay on football. We're gonna get around to basketball. But yeah,
Wait, so in football, did Pittsburgh really hire?
McCarthy?
Yeah.
McCarthy? Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
so what's your spin on that?
I think that's terrible. I mean, I don't know him coaching job, but I feel like they just didn't even take any time out to look for someone.
He's a good offensive coach.
What I'm saying is, the man is in his 60s,
Right.
right? How many more years is he gonna coach?
Oh, yeah. Well,
5, maybe.
well, they've only had like 3 coaches.
Well, they
Yeah,
had
it's
more
a
than 3. It was other people before Chuck Noll.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, long tenure.
long tenure, man.
So they should took time out to find somebody, right?
Well, maybe they don't think he's going to be there that long either.
So he
Because they
just,
really don't have.
he just came from Dallas, right?
No, he came home from. He's home.
I'm
right.
saying, but he just
He was
his
on
last
Dallas.
job was with Dallas.
Yeah.
Yes.
And from your perspective, how did he do?
No, I mean he was all right, but it just was terrible.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
what are we talking about? I'm talking about
Dallas.
Yeah,
Coach.
they
Yeah.
right. He coached well. They just didn't do well on defense. I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for a coach and you're a franchise that don't go through coaches, I would have tried to get somebody younger, like, because he ain't gonna be coaching forever.
True.
You know,
Look at Pete Carroll. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Pete Carroll. He's the oldest. He was the oldest active coach in the NFL.
yeah,
And
and Oakland shouldn't have took him either.
Yeah. Right after he left Seattle.
Right, that should have been it.
Didn't he coach the Jets?
He might have.
Didn't Pete Carroll coach the Jets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, hot second, but he also
Yeah.
was in New England. And John Green said, plus him and Aaron Rodgers didn't end well in Green Bay.
Yeah, at the ending. He won a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl together.
They did.
So maybe Rodgers signed off on that. Or maybe GM Mongo signed off on it.
True. It was probably Mongo.
You think Mongo signed off on it? Anybody but Tomlin. That's all I can hear him say.
Oh my God.
But
he won't let that rest.
yeah, it's gonna rest. But you know, he might be shell shocked next season. If they don't do well, he'll be blaming Tomlin still.
Depends on when they draft.
It's the
whoever they
after
draft.
effect, right? But never the GMs. But yeah.
Mm.
But so while we at it, so you don't think that was a good pickup for the Steelers, just based on age, time, and
Like, you're looking for a coach, like, he's seasoned or whatever, but I would have looked for someone else. Like, even if you get a young person, give somebody else a chance.
Yeah.
I hate how they like just recycle people.
well,
Then didn't Salah get a job? Wait,
yes, he did.
Yeah. I forgot what team it was.
I think
Right.
he went to the Titans. I could be wrong.
Tennessee. Yeah, they might be. He might be.
so he's a coach.
He's a head coach.
He was the coach for the Giants, right? Wasn't
Jets.
it? Jets.
Right.
They ain't got him, so he goes to coordinator. And now somebody else is offering him another.
Well, he was a coordinator with the 49ers before he came to the Jets.
I get it.
Yeah.
So some people aren't head coaches.
No.
He should stay a coordinator, just like Josh McDaniels stays a coordinator. I mean,
Yeah.
like he tried the coaching thing twice and terrible.
Yeah. You're right. But sometimes, maybe it may have that itch.
I feel like too, it's who you have under you, because the head coach doesn't call everything. You know what I mean? Like you got to have good assistants.
Yeah.
So if you don't have good assistant coaches and people doing certain things, you're not gonna thrive. You know.
Okay. Ooh. Shout out to Antoine, the Quiet Storm Monroe watching. What up, Antoine? What's the deal? So, yeah. Matter of fact, who do you like, Antoine, in the Super Bowl besides your numbers? I mean, who you like, Seattle or New England? That's what. If you're watching, and like and subscribe, share with a friend, tell it. It's First Stop to Next Stop on Mondays, 4:30 to 6:30. Facebook or YouTube. So again, like and subscribe, tell a friend. But everybody out there that's listening, if you like to tune in or add, so we got 2 weeks, give or take. So we just chopping at the bit. But like, all right, right now, right, with the cast that's up here now, we should be fully cast next week. But with the cast right now, it's pretty much Seattle, unless anybody see anything different. But if y'all out there, like D Bell, he a Cowboy fan, but he also a Patriot fan. So is Steve Sales. So I know that they might be with the Patriots. But Monroe said the Seahawks. All right. So yeah, all right, we on the same page. So let's make that money. If Sam Darnold go out and play good. So, all right, so like, do y'all think that like when they make these moves or whatnot, like say Minnesota, like he got blasted last year in the playoffs, and they decided to go with what was the quarterback name? McCarthy?
Yeah, JJ McCarthy.
So, and he turned out not to be that great.
Well, it was his first season.
Full season. He
Right.
was on the team the previous
Yeah,
year,
but he got hurt.
He had injuries.
Right.
He got
So-
hurt the second year too. He was in and out the lineup.
Right. So
They jumped the ball. I would have kept him.
Mhm.
I wouldn't. You could have paid him a little less than what he got from Seattle, and McCarthy could have took his time and rehabbed, and you could have went with him
Right.
because now, if I'm Jefferson, what I'm ready to go somewhere else. Like now, I don't have a quarterback.
that's a good
Right.
point.
Yo,
Right.
was it me? Because I know I texted it. What's the name? He wasn't in the game a lot in the second half. Devontae Adams. Because I know I texted it. I said, "Where's he at?" Because I'm going down. I'm watching, and I ain't see him in there. I'm like, "What is going on?"
I thought that he should have been trying to find his target, and his target should have been Adams.
Well, he was throwing to what's the pickup, whatever the hell his name is. Guy with the hit long hair.
Right.
He was throwing something with a P. Because he's in commercials now. Although he had a good season, this guy he was throwing to,
Sure, pick up whatever.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And a lot of times I didn't see Adams in the game. I was like, "Where the hell is he at?" And shit.
No, I don't know,
Man, it's hard to
but
tell. Hard to tell. I was
Alright.
just looking at Mike McCarthy with the
The Cowboys.
12-5, 12-5, 12-5.
They have
Yeah.
first round exits every year, though, right?
Mhm.
They won one wild card, and then they lost the divisional playoffs. Everything else was lost the wild card.
So he had a good record with them. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad move for Pittsburgh. Except, last year they didn't do too good, but they had injuries.
Mhm.
And
Well, I think his last year with them, he was 7-10, and then after that,
What
was
does
it.
Mongo think of that?
everybody but Tomlin.
They have better personnel than what the Pittsburgh got. Pittsburgh, they don't really have it. Well, this year they don't really have any wide receivers. Especially after they traded the guy to Dallas, which is weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a free agent coming up. So whether Dallas going to be paying, they already paid the other wide receiver a lot of money.
You're
You're
gonna
going
pay him,
to pay him.
right?
So John Green. So I remember Josh McDaniels when he coached in Denver. He started 6-0 and ended up 8-8.
Hmm.
Well,
Josh McDaniels came out of what? New England, right?
that's interesting, but yeah, but you know what's so funny again, like you mentioned, like Greg, you mentioned it was a fraternity and whatnot, like they try to recycle their coaches. They do that in the NBA too,
Yeah, they
to a degree, except for like Mark Jackson. And I don't know, maybe the coach that just got fired in Denver, I don't think he deserves another job. He might need to be a coordinator or something, but
Why Malone?
We're doing the NBA.
I'm talking about
Malone.
in Miami.
Oh, Miami. Oh,
I'm talking about in the NFL.
Mike, what's his name? Mike McDonald, like that, something like that.
Shout out to Sean
I
Butters
think he got
watching.
picked up as a
Butters
offensive coordinator,
Williams.
if I'm not mistaken.
oh, he did.
I think so. I'm gonna
What team was he on before? Before you got a head
Like, he
coach?
was a coordinator, but he wasn't no head coach, and he just don't run things right. So
Mike McDonald.
I don't think that he's gonna resurface as a coach.
He's
I
young.
could
He's
be-
only 42 years old.
I don't know. Shout out to Kevin Parker watching.
Like what's his name?
KP.
What up, Kev?
The head coach on the Rams. He's only 40 years old, 41. He's young.
Well, yeah. Do you think he blew that game, or you think it was more of the defense
They couldn't stop
with the Rams?
when they had their opportunity. Because remember, I think coming down that fourth quarter, they had stopped them on first and second, and then that third down play. It happened twice. They had them third and long, and both times New England got the first down. Both times.
Well,
You mean
well,
not
we
not
talking
England?
about
We
the
talking
Rams and,
the Rams and
That's what. Oh, Rams in Seattle. I'm sorry, and Seattle got the first down.
But they also intercepted the ball, so they fought to get back. So the offense was trying to pop, but the defense sort of they fought in, they hung in there, but like they sort of staked them a deficit.
Yeah, well,
You know.
you can't. when you got them 3rd and long, you can't give up first downs. You got to stop them so you can get off the field and your offense, because your offense was rolling, and you got to get stops. You know, New England kept, getting those first downs, taking time off the clock, and now you got to scramble to try to get something going offensively.
New England, yeah. So let's go back with it.
Seattle.
Okay.
Get it together, man. What's in your cup? What's in that cup over there?
I don't drink it.
All right, so don't tell now.
Yeah,
All
right, exactly.
Don't tell now, but all right, so
Rams, we talking about the Rams in Seattle.
right, the Rams. So I mean, it's
Seattle used to be in the AFC.
Steve Largent and what was the quarterback?
Steve Largent and Jim Zorn.
Okay, maybe. I'll go with that.
1 year.
All right. So, and the Jets used to play them pretty good back then when it was like interconference, and then after this, I don't know.
They should give Rex Ryan the job.
Really, I think he liked his job in the studio.
Yeah, I think he wanted the Jets.
Shout out to Anthony Green watching.
He was trying to get the Jets. He was promoting himself for that. But
I mean, when you,
I think that thing is done. That thing is done.
could be. That's not a bad idea. It's one and done. So it's a good day to you, Brother Green. So anyway, when you think about it, though, I mean, it's definitely water under the bridge. But like, if with the backup quarterback in Denver, the situation, and I thought he played good.
No, he played all
I
right.
thought he played all right.
Yeah.
in the
But
beginning.
to me, just all right. That's
Well,
Right.
if you haven't thrown the ball in real time in a real
2
game,
years.
right? You did all right, and it wasn't just your fault. I mean, and then you had to run the ball, but New England was all over the place. Their defense was stellar. They held them in check. I mean, Denver was just winning games. It was sort of like watching the Chiefs last year. The Chiefs made it all the way to the Super Bowl, and their luck ran out when they ran to Philly. Philly was like a buzzsaw, and they beat the brakes off them last year. So not so much that Denver defense played good, but they just couldn't get it done. Like, sometimes the defense got to generate offense. Go ahead.
Yeah, the second half, I was shoveling, but when I watched the highlights, they didn't score any points. But again, you on I don't know what your line was on, like the 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4th and 1. Kick the field goal. You'd have been up
Yes.
10-zip. Like everyone wants to be, you had the momentum. You lost the momentum when you took a timeout. Got them, they was able to set up their defense, and you should have just kicked the field goal, been up 10-zip, kicked it off, and you just go by what would happen. You might have, it might have been 10-7. They might have still scored, and it's 10-7. Okay, but you still had the lead, and then you could have went into overtime when they kicked another field goal.
Right.
It been
Right.
could have been playing
They-
overtime.
Right. Or they could have still been playing till today, or
Right.
still in the game.
He messed up.
Well,
He messed up bad.
coach is not a big fan of Sean Payton.
No,
You know, like him,
Anyway, well,
but he's too cocky for you.
right, a little bit.
And he said some things about Russell Wilson. And I'm not a big Russell Wilson fan, but I just didn't like the fact that
You could have handled it better.
Yeah.
Let me share this with John Green. He just posted. In the third quarter, the Charlotte Hornets are beating the 76ers 106 to 57.
Damn. You emphasized beating. Damn.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that.
106 to 57. Somebody phone Tyrone or put something.
What's
Wow.
the score you said?
106 to 57. That
Oh,
meant,
damn.
and
Damn.
when B played on Saturday,
He
he probably don't play. That ain't even a back-to-back, but he probably sit out for 3 days. Right? It's not.
Wow.
Right?
That's crazy. Yeah. But thank you, John, for that information. We appreciate it.
Right.
But back to football.
No shit.
Yeah.
The-
Shout out to Dave Craig. Oh, Steve Largent. Well, Dave Craig was the starter with Steve Largent.
Oh,
that
Dave
was
Craig.
Slick the Relic that
Okay.
added that in.
Mongo.
If you'll see him, he's breathing, he's alive.
No, Embiid
You think-
didn't play.
Right. You would think that you'd be out there shoveling out your car, but no. All right.
Paul George didn't play either.
Anywho,
and
do you even own the shovel, Mongo?
I
They don't-
put one in my truck because I didn't know what the
situation would
parking
be
lot
like.
because
Right.
I parked in front first, and then I'm sitting there. I said, "Can I park here?" And I'm sitting there looking around. I said, "You know what? Let me go see what the parking lot look like."
Right. That was a good look. So, and Dave, you're right. Ain't nobody but Tomlin, the Relic. Nope, and no shovel. Okay. And no sense. Say that. All right.
Yeah, say that.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know.
But yo, man, and we do want to acknowledge that you did have a good run, but like Randy Smith, your streak has been broken. You are no show to the show today, but you can call in. All right, if you want to
Wasn't he
share
an
something.
Iron Man?
Yeah, and so was Mongo. Mongo's Iron Man,
Oh wow.
but the snow has beaten him.
Beating him down.
Yeah, the snow has beaten you. Don't let the snow defeat you. Talk about just dollars. Nuts and bolts, son. Nuts and bolts. All right. So, okay. So, Antoine said that muff punt started of the second half by the Rams. Punt returner was a game changer. Special teams, right?
Oh, and that
Always
guy on
determine
the Ram,
playoff game
that was,
outcome more often than not.
on the
That's
punt
a
return,
good point.
one that fell down.
Mhm.
And then he messed up. Didn't he mess up? He fumbled earlier.
Well, I just think that, and the Rams been to 2 NFC championships back to back, and it was something they asked quarterback,
Yeah, he's 38 years old.
right? Was he gonna retire? And they're like, yo, man, nobody, don't ask us that, but sometimes, which, I mean, you reporter, you may not be able to ask Matthew Stafford what the question of the moment is. But really, in real time, I'm not thinking about retiring. If I was out on top of my game, maybe at 38, I might want to call it a career. But right now, I've been to 2 NFC championships. I came up short in both of them. They were both tight and whatnot. And I'll probably go back again. All right.
Who knows?
We don't know.
Uh-oh.
Good afternoon. Who we have on the line?
One Wheeler with good fellas.
right.
Happy New Year, all that good stuff.
Happy New Year, man. Where you been, bro? But usually we like to open up the phone lines, but being that it was you and we love you so much, come on, Will.
I appreciate you. I just turned on and started watching. I said, let me holler at y'all.
All right, what's good with you though?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the games like y'all. I didn't really watch the Patriot Bronco game because I was trying to shovel snow, and Rochdale is treacherous out here. But yeah, you know about that, G.
Yes, sir. I was out there last night and today doing it.
But the second game was good. I expected the Seahawks to win. I thought the Seahawks was the best team in their division,
Yes.
and they showed why. But I expected the Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl.
You was right, man. You should have called and told us. But shout out to Tiny because, I mean, in reality, if the Broncos quarterback didn't get hurt, I believe that they pretty much would have beat the Patriots.
I agree with you on that.
But unfortunately, we both wrong because he didn't play and New England prevailed. But
if Knicks didn't get hurt, I thought the Broncos, especially being at home, was going to win. But after he got hurt, all bets was off.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny about that? Like, if you put the shoe on the other foot with the Rams, if they was home, they might have won too and they just happened to have some slip-ups in the later part of the season. It was not because they were.
Yeah, well,
at
San
one point
Francisco
they
had an
were the team.
opportunity to be number one seed all the way through the Super Bowl, and they choked that up. So
Yeah.
that don't always work.
Nah, you're right.
True.
Seahawks.
They had a chance to beat the Seahawks in that last game of the season.
Yes, they
Right.
did.
They were at home
Yep.
with the chance to be number one seed, a week of rest, which they needed,
Mhm.
and they got stomped.
This is true.
To put it mildly, right?
So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I had no love for the 41ers anyway, but yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah, well, yeah.
The 40 Winers, did you could you say
Yeah. Listen, every team that I have X for, I have nicknames for. So the Cowgirls, the She-Girls, the Deadskins, and the 41ers. Those are the 4 teams. I'm a Giant fan, so those are the 4 teams that
I like that 41.
I basically
Okay, so,
yeah.
So while we at it, we give you a minute to talk about your Giants. Pick. Shout out to Simone Harris is watching. But yeah, so are you excited about the new coach and the direction they're going in?
I'm optimistic.
Okay.
That's the best that I can say right now. I want to see how the process plays out. I'm not going all gaga like some of the fan base, but it's an improvement from what I'm hearing. They gave him power to make choices to hire and fire, which they needed to do. And they need to have a hands-off approach as far as the management is concerned, well, the owner is concerned. So I think they made positive steps with all that by going after who they wanted and giving him the power to do what he has to do.
Interesting.
He's making wise choices as far as his coordinators. I don't know a lot about him, but he's built a winning franchise before, so I trust him. He's won consistently. And that's the one thing the Giants haven't done is win consistently. That's what I want to see. I don't want the 1 year and done, and then don't win for the next 3 years, and then come back and win again. That's great. But I need Baltimore, Pittsburgh, those teams win consistently. Not over a 3 or 4 year span, but decades. They've been winning. That's what I want as a Giant fan.
Yeah. So some people.
I'm tired of seeing these Cowgirl fans and She-Girl fans giddy anytime they play my team.
Some people are snapping back at you. Some people say, "What are the Giants? The midgets or the Jaints?"
That's what they call them. My brother's a Cowgirl fan, like G. So yeah, that's what they call them, the midgets, and that's fine.
Yo, I got my own squabbles, man. I'm over here with me and Coach Curtis are Jet fans. We.
Oh well, you got your own problems.
Yeah, we got an injury.
Seeing the quarterback that y'all drafted 6 years ago in the Super Bowl, and the Patriots
are back,
thinking that they were never going to go back to the Super Bowl after Tom Brady left, and they're back again. And y'all still winning 3 games.
So realistically, what does that say about our organization, management?
Well, it says everything. Y'all stink. It says everything you need to know.
We regress and we got to do better. And or the Jets, the gist. That's what Mongo says. with 2 S's between the T's, the Jets. Right.
Well, how they say that Family Guy just end the season.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, our season ends before it began.
Right.
Oh my goodness!
It's a sad state.
Well, listen, they got a brother at the helm. I don't know if they're gonna heap it on him or give him a chance to redeem himself. But they gotta. I guess they gotta draft wisely. So you need a franchise quarterback. So is anybody in the draft like the dude from Oregon said he was maybe slated to go to the Jets. He said, "Man, no, I'll go back to school. Get it for that." So,
Then I go back to school before I get drafted by the Jets.
Right. So I mean,
That tells you everything you need to know.
not sometimes you got to be patient. Sometimes you got to build within, because it just don't happen overnight.
You know what people
He was like, F all that.
if you win in New York, it's the greatest thing like Swiss cheese. If you win in New York.
Swiss cheese.
Yeah. that
How
too.
you like it?
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, if you win here, you're forever known. You're forever a god. You're great.
You can win here. You
Well,
win anyway.
well,
Right?
Listen, that's why Mets fans revel in the '86 team. They love the '86 team.
Okay.
I'm not a Mets fan. I love that team.
Well,
I
I
did.
understand. Well, like, not to switch subjects, but like the baseball, i.e., like the Mets didn't make the postseason this past year, and they made some changes. So, I mean, at least they're doing something. They may not be popular changes, but I believe they trying to be in the mix and they trying to be relevant. Sometimes,
I mean, listen, as a Yankee fan, the Mets made some good moves.
I'm with you.
In my opinion, they made some quality moves. We'll see if it helps their defense.
For sure.
I mean, their offense will be improved, but the old adage about pitching and defense, that's what wins championships.
So
if you can't defend the position and you can't pitch, those are their two weakest positions.
Right. So as a Yankee fan, do you think we need to add another pitcher? And I know the Mets need like good relief help. Yep. But as a Yankee fan,
the Yankees need good relief help also. That because y'all took two of our relievers and put them on your team.
Yeah, we did.
So I mean, the Yankees need relief help. Are they desperate for a starter? I don't think they're desperate because they got reinforcements coming back, but they're not coming back until
June.
I mean, Garrett Cole's not coming back until May or June, and Rodon's going to start on the injured list. So yeah, they need a starter, but they may be able to get through with one of those young pitchers from the minor leagues too.
Okay. All right.
So I don't think they're desperate, but I think they need quality relievers.
For sure. So
they did what they were supposed to do by getting Bellinger back though.
Right.
But now they got a overflow of outfielders. I think they can make a deal from strength now.
All right. So who would you get rid of? Would you get rid of Dominguez or?
He's young. He ain't
well, I would. You know what? There's so much hype with the Spencer Jones, but people are intrigued because he's a left-handed judge. I don't like another player, in my opinion, that strike out that much. We got enough of those.
Well, Slugger.
So Jones is the one that I would trade.
Who would you trade?
I would trade Spencer Jones.
Who? Spencer Jones.
Oh, Spencer Jones.
And was it? Did he was in the minor league, right? And he's coming up.
Yeah, he hit 35 home runs in the minor leagues. He's 6'7". He plays center field. He had a fairly good year. He can run, steal some bases, but he's 6'7", like I said. But he strikes out a lot. But they he's a left-handed version of Aaron Judge.
I don't know.
But I don't want another person striking out 175 times.
Yo,
nothing against Aaron Jones. Aaron Judge, because he improved his mechanics and his swing over time. But even as a rookie, he struck out 215 times. Well, I don't want that.
Well, listen, I agree with you, but when you think about it, now if we just jumped over the baseball. We got plenty of time. But
I love baseball.
I see that. And that's why we bonded. But when you see that, maybe Judge could maybe give him a little bit of tutelage, and you could have a nasty combination. Somebody hitting it from the left side, somebody hitting it from the right side.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. If you're going off potential, and
That's
if
all
you're
we
going to
got.
say,
Yeah.
well, he can learn from Judge, and if it clicks, he can be the left-handed Aaron Judge. I get it, and I would love that. If he's hitting 330 or 320 and limited in strikeout, because I know he's a power hitter, so I understand he's going to strike out some.
Right.
I just don't want somebody striking out 200 times. I don't care who it is.
All right. Well,
It's too much.
all right. Let me back it up a little bit. Do you remember? I'm asking everybody. I'm asking Greg. I'm asking Coach. What did the Seahawk player do to get ejected yesterday from the game? Y'all recall that?
I do not recall that.
Ejected?
I don't recall that.
Ejected from the game. What about you, G?
The only one I remember is the guy that went. I think he made a tackle or he knocked the ball, and he went over in front of the Rams bench, and he was like screaming and yelling right in
Oh,
front
he
of him.
was a fool.
Yeah, he was a fool.
Yeah,
I know,
I
but he
think
got
he-
a flag. I didn't know he got ejected.
Yeah, he got a flag for
Yeah,
taunting.
he got fired for taunting then, huh?
Yeah, I know he got a flag.
Did you see him after that?
I saw him on the sideline.
I don't remember him. I just know he got a
Maybe,
flag.
But
I
I
don't
mean, you know, the
remember.
adrenaline's up.
Who said he got ejected?
No, I'm asking. a
Oh,
question,
I
but,
know he got a flag at the wrong time.
Well,
Right.
yeah. Any flag is at the wrong time,
Well, I
but you
mean,
could throw a flag at
They
any
were
given
trying
play.
to come down the field, and he had, I think it was a third down. He did
Yes.
that nonsense, and they got the first down because of that. Because the play, they knocked the ball out, and then he got in front of that bench, and he was yelling and screaming right in front of the
The coach, one of the coaches.
Right. So was it that he was ejected or that the coach benched him?
That
That's
might
the,
have been it. Yeah,
that's the question.
yeah, that might have been it. Because even some of the players was and he was arguing with them like,
Right,
Right.
but,
Right. Right.
yeah.
Because you were stupid and you let your emotions get out of hand.
yeah, exactly. And not
Well,
at
You know, you can play with emotion without
control, right.
but have your emotions in check. That's a big part of the game. That's what they talk about, discipline.
Especially in football. Yeah.
So Scotty said he got ejected before he went to the Rams bench. So was it?
Before he got to the Rams bench.
Yeah, so it's the same person. I don't know
I don't
who
know
the
about
person
that.
is you talking
Oh,
about.
so was it a high hit? Was it targeting? Because that would be the only reason that
Yeah,
you know
I don't remember.
you could be ejected.
I remember that. I was in between shovel and two. You know, so I don't know. I was out there with the snow blower, you know.
Mm.
And I gotta now that y'all mentioned it, I gotta check on my daughter to make sure, but she probably ain't going nowhere. But she in Rochdale also.
Mm.
You know, yeah. But she should be good. But yeah, so again, pretty much you like the Seahawks to beat the Patriots, right?
I want them to redeem themselves from the debacle that was in 2015.
It was that long ago? That's 11 years.
Who was-
Yes, it was that long
who
ago.
was the Seahawks
What?
quarterback back then? Anybody?
When Marshawn should have had the football.
Yeah,
Oh, I said,
we was chanting Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
Marshawn Lynch. And
They didn't want him to win the MVP.
I couldn't understand.
It was
that.
politics.
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, right?
And he's still coaching up until now.
Yeah, bro.
Well, no, he ain't coaching no more.
Yeah, he got fired.
Well, if you had a record like that this year, you'd be fired too. I'm just,
I think anybody would have had a
Yeah,
bad record
well.
with the Raiders. So.
It was surprising for him for the Raiders to even hire him. So
Geno Smith might be looking for a job, but he probably be a backup probably too. Because the quarterback is going.
he can come back to the Jets.
Unless they,
Whoa.
unless the Raiders fix that offensive line, I don't care who the quarterback is. It
Yes.
don't matter. You got to get an offensive line help. But they got some
Facts.
picks. So let's see what happens.
Facts.
All right. So
That's been the problem with the Giants all these years, not fixing the offensive line.
Right. That's why the quarterback got to run.
So let me
Right.
understand. So you are a Yankee fan, a Giant fan, and a Knicks fan?
No doubt. Forever, ever, as I would say.
All right.
That's good, man.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
A sour grape net fan, I'm sure.
No, a Jet fan, you know, like,
Oh well,
No,
well,
but
listen,
like-
y'all don't even count. I mean,
like
come on,
absolutely. It's not. It's
y'all don't
like,
even count.
it's like saving grace because, like, realistically, even if we draft, are we going anywhere this year? No.
You want to see improvement. That's what you want is improvement.
Bro, you was like 2 the last time they won. You don't. I mean, come on.
Nah, but I actually I went to 2 games this past year, and they lost to the Cowboys. Greg was over there gloating.
Oh.
And the best part of the game was, to me, when we was in the doing the tailgate after the game. And then I went. My daughter took me for my birthday to see the Browns, and they beat the Browns, so we won the game. So I'm 1-1 going this year.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, listen, you won the wrong game though.
Yeah.
But whatever.
They had no business winning, right? It really didn't make.
Well, no, I would have cheered for y'all beating the Cowgirls anytime.
I will. The one thing I can say, I want to see the Jets at least show improvement. Because if they don't, they're gonna fire the brother. They definitely gonna fire him.
Well,
Yeah, but it looks bad in that Aaron Glenn, a former Jet player,
Right.
Vrabel, a former Patriot player,
Right.
both get hired at the same time, and one goes to the Super Bowl, and the other is drafted second.
sitting on the dock of the bay. That's what the other one doing. Wasted time.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh my goodness.
But we kind of knew when the Patriots hired Vrabel that they were going to be successful.
Yeah, but didn't they hire an ex-Pate the year before?
They did.
They did, but he had no coaching experience. Where Vrabel
Right.
already had his chops wet from the Titans,
Right.
who were
Was
successful.
he horrible at with the Titans?
Yeah, the Titans wasn't winning.
Yeah, they fired him, and the Patriots immediately hired him.
Right.
But
And the brother got fired in 1 year.
right. Well, yeah.
But
I
I,
mean,
guess
well,
Right.
it looked. I guess it was a good hire because they going to the
Well,
Super
when
Bowl.
you think about it,
Just like, listen, next year if Tomlin is available, there'll be a lot of cats that's gonna get fired if Tomlin want to come back coaching. Let's be real.
True, if he wants to go.
well,
Yeah,
the
you're right.
Relic said, long as he don't come back to the Steelers, he's good.
Well, he ain't coming back to the Steelers, but they're gonna regret their stupidity by hiring McCarthy just for Rodgers to retire on his butt.
You know,
Aaron
So that's what's gonna happen.
Aaron
They hired
Rodgers
him because he had a relationship with
Right.
Rodgers, and Rodgers is gonna be like, man, I got him fired in Green Bay. I ain't coming back.
That is crazy. I mean, well, the talk now is Rodgers is interested in coming back, running it back.
Rodgers ain't coming back.
Well,
I think he will. The Jets are still paying.
Rodgers didn't like that mofo, which is why he got fired in Green Bay.
but Rodgers fired whatchamacallit, what's the coach that just got the hot that went back to 49ers?
Salah.
Salah. Rodgers had Salah fired. And Salah landed on his feet. He went back.
Well,
to
Rodgers didn't. Well, I don't know if Rodgers had Salah fired. Rodgers didn't have that same power with the Jets.
Yeah, bro, he did. Till they soured on him. He did. He had Devontae Adams. He got pretty much what he wanted.
Yeah. Well, he did. He did with that. I agree. Well, it was unfortunate that he got hurt that first year. You know, that was. You know, I don't cheer injuries, so that was unfortunate.
Oh, so the Relic said, I'm giving dude his time right now, patiently waiting. So he's talking
You
about
got no choice.
in Pittsburgh. So, but and then Scotty said, didn't the Jets fire all their assistant coaches? I don't think this year, but you know, I mean, you know, it's a process. So again, people get recycled in the system. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But like, you know, just moving forward, I mean, if we had, put sense to it, if we gave Sam Darnold a chance now, because I remember we went to a game where they was playing Baker Mayfield and Darnold caught mono, and they had to go get a quarterback off the street corner because the backup quarterback was sick, something was wrong, and it was just like a nightmare. And Mayfield came in and he threw a couple of touchdowns, and it was a Monday night game, and he picked the Jets apart.
Mayfield's another quarterback that.
You're right, Carolina, right? The Carolina, that Carolina game, right?
He's been moved around a lot.
But he was with the Browns that time.
Was it-
With the Carolina right now.
No, he was with Carolina.
No, the game
No,
that we went
not
to.
that game.
The game we went to, he was originally with the Browns. He started with the Browns.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
The Jets still owe $35 million this coming year to Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
That's a lot.
they
So-
still owe him money. Yeah,
So realistically,
That-
we're
that's crazy
we're
work
a
right there.
Dysfunctional organization. Like, and we saw this movie before with Brett Favre, but the Jets didn't see their own movie and they doubled down and paid Rodgers the Brinks truck or whatever. I mean, come on,
Plus whatever he getting from Pittsburgh.
that's
It
crazy.
is. Yep. I think he getting 19
And-
million from them.
And I'm cheering for this. No.
yeah.
The deal is
As bad as the Giants have been, y'all have been worse. And that's crazy.
Well,
10 million guaranteed.
well, so why would Rodgers really quit? When he could
Oh, because he's 41.
well, like today's modern athlete, and then they got so much protections with the rules and whatnot, and he could stand in the pocket, and he ain't got to run. He could dance in the pocket for a second. He could throw the ball, and if it's an incomplete pass, he could blame the receiver. Oh, it's your fault, man. You saw it coming.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. What I think, in my opinion, he doesn't have the love for the game like a Tom Brady. Tom Brady always loved the game,
I think that
and it showed.
I think Rodgers is a special type of dude. So I don't think he disliked the game. And
Yeah,
why would
he's
you
special,
not
all
like
right.
it for 35
He was a yellow bus mofo. He's special. You're right.
Yeah, he is special. He is.
I'm not mad at him.
He is special.
Whoever negotiated that contract, man. And I'm a Jet fan.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you thank your owner for that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, but then,
Your owner wanted to go all in,
right.
and he did.
So at this point in time, they should have kept him for as long as they could kept him and try to develop talent under him.
Well, remember when they signed him, the Jets defense was real good, and they thought
Right.
we need this quarterback to put us over the top. He got hurt, so everything went downhill after
Right.
that.
And then Zach played, and Zach was horrible.
Right.
And then the people, right, players don't want to hang around when your team is playing like garbage.
Yeah.
But
Well, like I said, the first year was the year where they were supposed to
Right.
really hit home, and he got hurt
He got hurt.
four plays into the season. The Jets are cursed.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. You're right.
The Jets are cursed
It is.
because they had a good team that year. They had a young defense. They had blossoming offensive players. They had a decent offensive line. They were supposed to go far.
And we're gonna curse them when Seattle win. Like
You're
a box on you.
Well, you're cursed either way.
Okay.
You don't win if the Patriots win. You're upset. You're lousy, disgusted.
Yeah.
And if the
because-
Seahawks win,
right.
you're like, yo, my quarterback, which I drafted number 3 overall, we let him go and he wins the Super Bowl.
So
So y'all can't win either way.
who was so I know Baker Mayfield with number 1. Who was behind him? Who got drafted behind Baker?
Who was the number 2 pick? I don't.
Was it Lamar or was it because I know Josh?
No, Lamar didn't go until 30th.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
And Allen with like
And he's the
8.
best out of all of them. And he went 30th.
Allen with like 8. And there's another guy
Right.
that went to the Cardinals. That Rosen, he ain't even playing no more.
Jeff Rosen.
Right?
Josh Rosen, right?
He ain't even playing no more. I guess he might be. He might be bad. He might be. He might be smart.
What year was that when he was drafted?
I'm looking-
18.
2018. First pick
Yeah.
was a D quarterback. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Sam Donald, Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen, right?
Josh Rosen.
He went to the Cardinals.
But who went number 2 though?
That's what I'm looking for. now.
But it must have not
Barkley,
been a
Saquon.
But yeah,
Oh,
runner.
I should have knew that. I guess I tried to erase that from my memory because yeah,
Well, look,
Saquon. Okay.
look. Let's talk about the Giants. They gave Philly assist with giving Saquon.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I didn't remember Saquon got drafted number 2 because I was trying to erase it from my memory.
That wasn't a bad move for the Giants.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. If I can, at the time, I wanted them to trade the number 2 pick, and the simple reason was we weren't ready to win yet. We didn't have an offensive line. I didn't believe. Well, Daniel Jones hadn't got drafted yet. I don't believe, or did he get drafted the year before?
But I think he came.
No, he got drafted the year after.
Right. So, but realistically
Right.
speaking,
So we didn't have a quarterback. We didn't have an offensive line. The defense was suspect. The only play we had that was good was Beckham.
but okay, realistically,
We weren't ready to win. Saquon was a running back who was a ready-made player for Philly that was ready to win.
all right, realistically,
Talented.
let me ask you: do you think, in comparison, the Jets or the Giants have a better upside, like with what they have right now?
The Giants have a better upside right now.
I agree with that. Giants got a better upside right now.
So I mean, yeah,
They got their quarterback they feel that they can work with. They got a defensive line, which always is a good thing. They got to work on the secondary and the offensive line. But they have the pieces together and another good draft. They can be workable.
Oh, so
I just need them to beat the Cowgirls and the She-Girls consistently.
so okay, so all right, so we got to take another call, sir. So it was good talking to you. Is there anything else you would like?
As always, gentlemen, a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Brother, be safe.
You too, brother.
All right now.
All right,
All right, though.
all right. First stop to the next stop. Talk to us. Okay.
Hello.
Or maybe
Hello. Call back, caller.
no.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Maybe.
Yo,
Who that?
Yeah.
you know who it is, dude. Come on now.
It's the Relic. All right. So the Relic said he was doing his work, but we do miss you here. He said it was Mayfield, Darno, Allen, Rosen, Jackson, and then he had to throw in his Steeler guy, Rudolph, Mason Rudolph. All right. So
And nobody remember him.
ain't nobody remember Rudolph, right? Where's he at? He's still there, right? Okay.
Rudolph the Red Robin.
No, he's still in the league. Like Rosen ain't in the league right now.
Yeah, we
Right,
know
yeah.
that. We know Josh Rosen's gone.
Right. So, but what y'all just say is a perfect example that it don't matter when you draft a quarterback. Because who's the best quarterback out of that 5?
Darno.
You got Allen and Jackson, and they wasn't first and second.
No, sir. No. Darno is the best quarterback right now.
Right.
Okay, you can
He's
say
the
that.
only one playing.
You can say that. He in the Super Bowl. The rest of them ain't.
Right.
Rest of them haven't been to the Super Bowl.
Right. So I can agree with that.
I mean, they all really, not no shade, no cap. Maybe with Rosen, but like if they still in the league and they still playing, they have potential to be, But you absolutely right. I mean, I would just think like in situations depending on where you go, like in any sport, is team working with the coaching staff or whatever, and if you work well within their system, how you can flourish.
Right.
Well, yeah, like I said, I agree with that too. You know, everything is how the team is, built, from the ground up, offensive line, quarterback, offensive line, defensive line, and then you add in pieces, linebacker, whatever offensive tools you need, But some teams, like the Jets, they seem to be dysfunctional all the time, man. I don't know what it is, man. What's going on there? Yeah, a lot of people want to say the owner, but the owner, he's not, he's not coaching. He's signing the checks. Let's hire this guy, let's hire that guy, and
shout out to Lonnie Wheeler again. He said Darnold don't have MVPs either, but yeah. But
there's a lot of guys that made this Super Bowl quarterbacks that wasn't MVP.
Well, they had they saying, well, who's up for MVP like this year?
It's what's the name on the Rams?
Yeah, he had a great season.
Yeah,
but not great enough to beat
Exactly.
And he lost.
Right.
He lost 2 out of 3 though.
Well, the quarterback's going to get the glory, but it's team against team.
Yeah, yeah.
And he played better than him that game. The last 2 games he played better than him.
Yes, absolutely. But
what's my man Greg doing? He sleep? Like, what's good, yo?
It's kind of chilly in here.
What you want, sir?
Yo, I ain't see the camera on this dude for like a half hour. He sleeping?
Nah, right here.
I'm right here.
Talk to him.
Yo, what do you think of? What do you think of your new coach for your team?
I'm willing to give him a chance. Like what Dave said was 100% correct. Anybody but Tomlin. I ain't got a problem giving him a chance. He's been successful at having quarterbacks, and I did say what you said. I said Aaron just there trying to get him a job because he's gonna be gone in a few years. How long he staying?
Right, he's in his 60s. Like that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about Rodgers. Like Rodgers ain't gonna be there.
No,
he might come back next year. And then what? After that, he out. But what I do like is the fact that Rodgers mentored the Green Bay quarterback. What's his name?
Love.
He was there for Love for like 2 or 3 years.
Right.
So hopefully he'll be there for Will Howard or whoever else we get. Because I have a feeling they might draft another quarterback next year. I mean, this year coming up, this draft. I have a feeling they're going to draft a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, and a cornerback.
Offensive line, too.
Yeah. We definitely need some of that. But we need another edge rusher, and we need another nose tackle.
Right.
Because Cam Hayward is getting old.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's been around a while, yeah.
Right.
So
you're
gonna regret Tomlin leaving.
I ain't never regretting Tomlin leaving. Ever.
We know
that will never be me.
The hate is real.
Okay.
Yo, look at him look at yesterday's games, man.
Okay.
We talked about that field goal, and then the weather changed on Denver in the second half, and they ain't kicked that field goal. And then this dude muffed the punt in the Rams game. Yo, this is the playoffs now. You gotta make changes.
Yeah.
You know what? You're not getting the ball no more. That's it. We trying to get a Super Bowl. You fumbling kickoffs.
Yeah,
nah,
they
dude.
took him
Nah,
out
that's
after
it.
that.
Say that again.
They took him out after that.
Who fumbled? He fumbled the ball.
He fumbled and got it back.
Right.
Then remember the one where he was
the one he fumbled and got it back is the first one.
No, I'm talking about when he was going backwards and then he tripped.
Right. That's right. He shouldn't have been in there.
Yeah, but
because he fumbled the first one.
Right. He was after that when he tripped. He wasn't in the game anymore.
Right. It's too late now.
Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to pull catch right away, like how they do in basketball. You pull. That's it. You might not get back in the game.
I don't know. Well,
when I was on that when we played that game at the BRC and I shot that 3 and Dave said Mungo, yo, I was out the game for the rest of the game.
You shot a 3? Where was I at? Oh my God.
You was posting up on the 3 and he took an ill-advised 3.
Yo.
And now you holding a grudge? Come on, son.
No, I'm just saying that's how you supposed to coach. Like, yo, you fumble the foot kickoff. We trying to get a Super Bowl. Nah, dude, you out. You're not getting another chance this game.
You heard that buzzer, yeah, so.
Shout out to Lester who's watching. But
what up, Hall?
Yo, I want to take this time out to apologize for you, man. I should have never.
I ain't mad at that. You did the right
I
thing.
should have never put you
I ain't
in.
mad. I was getting that 3 off though.
He said he should have never put you in. Oh my God. Oh my God. You must have made a shot before and you felt good about yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
That's exactly.
No.
Oh man. Who passed you the ball, Sandy?
Huh?
Sandy passed you the ball?
Most likely. I think it probably was Sandy and whatnot.
Sandy ain't give you the ball unless you go into the hoop, man. And he would have saw that you had a chance on finishing.
Right.
Sandy play in rhythm, and he would have caught you moving to the basket, not spotting up for no 3. We still and now to the
No, I didn't know. We was coming up court. I didn't spot up. We was coming up court.
Yeah,
and then I think I pulled up.
Yeah,
I think
that. This day, I'm still.
But it was no air ball. It hit the rim. It was no air ball. It wasn't like I shot an air ball.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't supposed to be my shot though.
Yeah, you remember that? You remember that basketball sneaker commercial with Bird and Magic, and they were shooting like from half court.
Oh yeah.
Over
right.
The basket,
over the basket.
Over
yeah.
the rim.
Right.
Yeah, that was you.
Off the side of the building. That's what
Right.
Nothing but rim.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Wheeler said, but the Steelers will be 6-11 next season. All right.
Yeah, everybody. You know what? I've been hearing this losing record for the last 2 years, right? You know what I'm saying? Tell them to knock it off, kid. Knock it off.
That's because Tomlin was there.
So
yeah, but Tomlin was supposed to lose this year.
So Mongo. You think your team is gonna have a winning record next year?
Yeah, what's gonna change? Ain't nothing changing.
Okay. So
we still in the bad AFC North.
So Rodgers is the quarterback next year?
That's a question. I don't know. I'm guessing. That's the question. I don't know. But I want to see Will Howard. I was hoping we'd see him this year, but we didn't get to see him. So I think they're gonna draft one more person and then let them fight it out. I don't know who it's gonna be. Like y'all said, the Oregon dude went back. Isn't that dude from Alabama coming out?
Yes, he is.
Oh,
right. Okay. So let's see how far he drops in the draft. I don't know who else is coming out.
I don't believe in him, but
right. So, but you know how it go. Like I said, look at the draft now. You had that 2018 draft. You had freaking Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen wasn't the first 2 picks.
No, they wasn't.
Yeah, so you don't know. You never know. So.
Yeah, you're right. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So as long as we get a draft pick, we got 7 picks in the first 4 rounds.
Oh, okay. Pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's the most. So we can get guys. The thing is, our first pick is 21.
Okay.
I think our first pick is the 21st pick. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we shouldn't even be arguing about it right now because Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders was still on the board when we picked.
Right, and they should have took one of them. Yes.
Exactly, and they chose not to. So that's not our fault. That's not my fault.
Right.
And you see Shedeur's now, because Drake May is in the Super Bowl, Shedeur's in the Pro Bowl now.
Oh, that was true?
Yeah, he's in the Pro Bowl. He got that
Yeah.
spot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just seen that, but I didn't think it was true.
All the quarterbacks in the league.
Well, could I ask you a question? Like, most people go fishing or they go and do something else.
Yeah, John
What?
be turning down the Pro Bowl,
What
right?
is the significance of the Pro Bowl when it doesn't really, they play flag football, don't garnish too much attraction. Somebody drinking a Mai Tai on the side or something like that, and they're giving autographs. It's just a happy-go-lucky place to be.
Yeah,
So-
but I'm saying though,
So, like,
well, some guys, if you make the Pro Bowl, it's like more money for you in your contract. It's like making the All-Star game in the NBA. If you make the All-Star team or you make third team, first team NBA, it's more money for you.
and it's been so
Right.
watered down and everything since.
And you in Hawaii too, right? You get to be in Hawaii and all that stuff.
Hawaii, yeah.
No, but you know they making so much money now that what they getting 6 figures Pro Bowl?
Maybe.
Yeah, but they making so much money now they don't even care about them 6 figures. They making 7 figures on a regular.
Right.
Let me see what it say.
I'm shocked by that. By him making the Pro Bowl. All the quarterbacks in the league?
It's not a shocking thing, though, bro.
To me, it is.
I mean,
They
why?
they don't go.
Why?
He didn't play the whole season.
Realistically, again, it's like nobody, people refuse to go to the Pro Bowl. And
That's what I said. They don't go.
It's like a filler. You might be able to get some guys off the street. And I think the essence of the NBA All-Star game is dying too. It's like a dying thing.
Well, the players got to do something about that. Why it's a dying because they don't. It's like no interest. You know, you come, you just run up and down the court trying to do crazy plays and stuff. Nobody playing.
So look at it. It says the winner of the Pro Bowl gets 92,000 and the loser gets 46,000.
They probably donate that nonsense.
I mean, well,
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Right.
I think they get bonuses if they got to negotiate signing bonuses in their contract.
Right.
Yeah, but the initial when you go to the Pro Bowl and win, there's only 92,000.
Okay.
So
Which is crazy.
yeah, that don't sound like a lot.
No, I don't. Definitely don't. Shoot.
Right.
They make more. What's the NBA game? What's that game? They make $500,000. The guys on the bench.
the Emmis Cup.
Emmis Cup.
Oh right, the NBA joint.
Yeah, they're getting $500,000
Right.
each player.
But again, with the Emmis Cup, like, again, the teams win, and like so far, they hit a lull, like the Knicks hit a lull. But hopefully, if the Knicks be a first round exit in the playoffs this year, I think the Emmis Cup is a failure. but but that would just be my opinion. They would still try to press on and keep it pushing.
But they're getting that money from Abu Dhabi, and
right?
whatever.
But again, it's not good for business. Like if the team win and they keep being a first round exit in the playoffs, it take away from the essence of getting to championship. So they might need to reshuffle the deck
then what's
and
their
put
not?
the Emmis Cup someplace else,
No, they
or
ain't.
combine the Emmis Cup along with that,
Along with what?
or with the championship.
No, they ain't.
I mean, well,
because you're playing
the
one extra
essence
game.
is to try to bring attention to the league earlier, like with the ratings. But if you
They
shuffled it and redid it,
They could
and
do the
combine
MLS
the
Cup
cup.
by the All-Star game. They could do that.
Yeah, I wasn't really trying to fix it, right? But I'm just saying,
Couldn't fool
if say, i.e., if the Knicks for some reason was a first round exit like
right,
the previous two teams,
right.
something rotten in the water.
Well,
Maybe you spend the money too early.
Well, that
you
just goes.
partying hardy a little too hard.
That just goes to show that the teams that won
Wasn't focused.
not focused. They wasn't
Wasn't ready.
it wasn't a top level team. Let's put it like that. What was it? Milwaukee,
LA, then
Lakers.
Milwaukee, now the Knicks.
right? So
Well, and the Knicks are a top level team.
well, Milwaukee wasn't, and neither was the Lakers because they got bounced.
And if the Knicks should get bounced in the first round,
All right, well,
follow suit.
well,
I mean,
everybody's
but let's-
picking the
let's-
Knicks
let's
to come out the East. Them, Detroit, maybe.
Yeah, Yeah, Detroit, Boston is very relevant.
Yeah. So I mean,
Jalen Brown, I think
and when Tatum coming back, supposedly coming back soon.
Jalen Brown is doing it. He probably say, "Look, Jason, stay over there. I got this. I'm doing it. I'm leading the team, scoring baskets."
Of course.
Speaking of, man, your Nets, man,
Oh my God.
they on life support. We need a Band-Aid and some hydrogen peroxide and some aspirins the size of a golf ball.
Mm.
And don't say that's part of your process.
It's part of the process now.
No, the part of the process is they should be out there helping you dig out your car.
Y'all better go. Hope you get a top 5 pick.
The draft this year.
Picks from the Bridges deal?
The draft this year seems a little better from last year.
No, I don't think they used all of them. They got some
Did y'all use all your picks for the Bridges trade?
Don't you got a second round pick?
No, we got more picks, man. We got.
I know
We got.
you have more picks.
First
but
or
did you
second
use
round pick?
all your picks for the Bridges trade.
No. You talking about from last year?
From the Bridges trade.
No, they spread out between Kevin Durant and Bridges.
Yeah, Mongo got snowed in. Shout out to D Gores. He said, Mousy. Shout out to Mousy. He said, "What's up, Mongo on the phone line? He can't believe you're not here in studio."
Let me look at this draft real quick because you guys.
They said, they already sent out a narrative. They said that they had extra salmon for you at the pizza place.
Extra salmon. Yo,
I looked at Uber. That shit said $50. I said I'm good.
I got some trivia here. Let me throw some trivia out.
All right. Well, let Mongo, no cheating. You can Google the answer, but go ahead, Coach.
Okay, here we go. Can you name all the NBA teams that never had a number 1 pick?
Oh wow. Charlotte Hornets.
No. They had a number 1 pick.
Really?
How
Wow.
many teams are there?
6.
6?
6 teams never had a number 1 pick.
Whoa, Denver.
The Lakers.
Denver's 1.
Lakers.
The Lakers got
Lakers had a number 1 pick.
Yeah, they Magic, James Worthy. Well,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ooh. Like when you ask that question, right? You just think of the teams that do have them instead of the teams that didn't have them.
Right.
The Nets, did they get Yinkadon, right? No.
Who?
The Nets. Did they get
We got Derek Coleman.
Okay, good answer.
You know I know that.
Toronto.
No.
Utah Jazz.
Yes.
Never had a number 1 pick.
Never had a number 1 pick.
Somebody else in the East?
Yes. 2 teams in the East.
2 more teams?
2 more teams in the East. 2 more teams in the West.
Indiana.
Yes.
Oh, that was good, Greg.
Pacers, yes.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
How many more we got?
One more in the
three
East
left.
and 3 in the 2 in the East.
Denver Nuggets.
No, I said Denver already.
Oh, you did?
The Supersonics.
OKC, which is really OKC. OKC, yes.
Really?
Yes. OKC.
Okay.
OKC never had a number 1 pick. Remember,
Well, Shea came via trade,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Remember
but
they
he
had-
wasn't the number 1 pick.
they were the Seattle Supersonics.
But Russell
before.
Westbrook, what was he?
It wasn't a number 1 pick.
Okay. I got it. Okay.
He was at UCLA.
There's one more.
There's 2 more.
1 in the East, 1 in the West.
Toronto Raptors.
I thought
You
I
said that already.
I thought I said that too.
No.
And the answer is still no.
Digor said Pelicans.
No.
Oh, good. Zion is the number 1 for that.
So was Anthony Davis.
Okay, we said Westbrook was number 4. Another East team.
Mm-hmm.
Washington.
Nope.
Nah, I knew that wasn't right. So, when you go through them,
Yeah.
It'd be like the Magic. No, not the Magic. The Heat.
Yep. The Heat.
The Magic. Oh, the Heat.
The
Yeah.
Heat. The
Mhm.
cause the Magic, Shaquille O'Neal, but the
Mhm.
Heat, no.
Mm-hmm.
All
And
right,
one
now,
more.
now in
One
the
more.
West,
On the
one more
West?
in the West. The Clippers.
Nope.
They got Danny Manning.
Danny Manning.
Right, I knew that. See that? See, there's more coming that you come with the answers. So
Look on your phone. See if anybody says anything.
no, I'm looking on the
Oh,
phone.
okay.
This
This team almost had the number 1 pick, but they didn't get it.
Golden State.
Nope.
I knew that.
They had that center they picked.
In the West.
Sacramento Kings.
No.
Who was their number 1? Portland. No, Portland got Portland. That's what Wheeler said.
No, it wasn't Portland.
But I
tell
thought
you,
I
just
thought
tell
Sam
you.
Bowie
Who was
was
it?
the number 1.
He
No.
was.
Let's work it out. Let's work it out.
Okay, it was.
Let's knock off the ones that we know that already had the number 1 picks.
Oh, so you
Right.
want me to tell you? Okay.
Nah, we got this.
Okay.
Till we don't. So Sacramento got, I don't know who Sacramento had, but Phoenix. John Green said Phoenix.
No.
That was wrong, John. And I'll usually be going with you, but I don't even know who was number 1.
Tom Green said Phoenix and it was wrong? Wow. I'm
I
surprised.
don't even know, but he poked in on that.
Where's Surge at?
So everything coming
Serge was out trying to come get you. He got lost.
He's still driving around. Yeah, do I make a left or right on Linden? Or what?
He made a right and got stuck in a snow hole. he made it to the neck.
He called up. He said, "Yo, I'm over here next to George Gershwin."
He made it to the neck. All right. Hold on.
I'm
So-
just gonna tell you.
Go ahead. I mean, I prefer that guess.
Oh, oh.
Shout out to Tiny.
Memphis.
Oh,
Ah, the Grizzlies. Wow.
Oh, that was the next thing I was gonna say.
I can
Nah,
tell.
no,
I can tell.
no.
Okay, here you go. 5 quarterbacks that are in the Hall of Fame never made it to the Super Bowl.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon is one. Very good, man.
I said Memphis, though. So look, he said before.
The guy playing on Miami. What's his name?
Dan Marino been there.
Marino.
He didn't win. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Super Bowl winners. My mistake. Yeah.
That-
Super Bowl winners.
Dan Marino.
He
Yes.
never.
Right.
That
Dan
never.
Marino didn't win a Super Bowl. He got there, but they didn't win.
Right. He's talking about ones that didn't get there.
That didn't get there, bro. And that didn't.
Well,
make
it says the question is Hall of Fame quarterbacks with no Super Bowl winners.
Right. So
But they're Hall
Marino.
of Famers.
But Marino would be one.
Right.
then.
Marino Moon will be, even though he didn't go, but he.
Right.
The blonde head guy's on the radio here.
You said he,
But they
so
gotta be
didn't
Hall of
win?
Fame.
You talking
Hall
about
of
that
Fame
they didn't
quarterback.
win regardless?
Didn't he play for Cincinnati?
Who?
The blonde head dude that the USA.
That's Boomer
Hall of
Esiason.
Fame?
Apparently not.
No, I know who you're talking about. He's not
That's-
Hall of Fame quarterback.
That's Boomer Esiason.
Right.
Yeah,
He's not Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and agreed, but he got a radio show. And
Yeah, he got a radio show.
Friend talking to.
There you go. Very good, Marvin.
You just Googled that. Stop.
I don't.
Stop it.
Them
Google man.
all them quarterbacks I know, kid.
Yeah,
Trust me.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, we know you know. We know you know.
I thought you was gonna say Joe Gilliam.
How many more?
2 more.
Joe Gilliam.
They got there and didn't win.
Who?
Quarterbacks is
Hall-
in this.
Hall of Fame quarterbacks that got there and didn't win.
Hall of Fame. They Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
And never won.
Is LaMonica in there?
They won.
Not with LaMonica.
Yes, they did.
They won with Stabler.
They won with Liddell. Who you think won the second or third Super Bowl?
The Jets won the third Super Bowl.
And when was the Raiders? The fourth?
The Raiders lost the first Super Bowl, the second Super Bowl. Kansas City lost the first Super Bowl.
Who was the quarterback?
Dal LaMonica didn't win.
Len Dawson was the Kansas City quarterback.
Right.
He won later. Dal LaMonica didn't win.
You sure about that?
Yeah, Ken Stabler won in '76.
Wait, is Dal LaMonica in a Hall of Fame?
That's why I brought him up. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Apparently not. Where was you?
Okay, there's two more.
Those are lifeline, Kurt. Did somebody recently retired?
No, these guys they've been retired. But, this team been there a few times and they didn't win.
Oh,
Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly.
Buffalo, right?
Yeah,
Buffalo,
Jim
Buffalo.
Kelly. And this other guy was a good thrower, sort of like Dan Marino, like
Brett Favre.
no
He won.
AFL, AFC, whatever he wants.
Falcon.
And
There you go.
Dan Fouts.
Dan
Good,
Fouts.
good answer.
Very good.
Faust did. Oh, okay.
Wheeler said it.
Yes,
Wheeler
he
said,
did.
well, Wheeler said Jim Kelly, Dan Fouts.
No, he didn't go to the Super Bowl, but he's in the Hall of Fame.
Tarkenton, Fran Tarkenton.
Fan talking to right.
All right, so look like Wheeler. Googled it.
Okay, here we go. NFL's top highest attendance teams. There's
The
five.
Jets.
Top five.
Oh, the
Steelers.
Cowboys.
Cowboys is number one.
Say the question again?
NFL's top highest attendance teams this past year.
Kansas City.
Kansas City's number 4. Dallas.
49ers.
Who?
49ers.
No, not the top 5.
Ooh.
Denver Broncos.
Nope.
Really? Wow.
Nope. Seahawks? No, not top 5.
What? The tennis down?
Who got big stadiums?
Who'd you say? Yeah, and that plays a role into it too. Who got the biggest thing? Who'd you say first, Dave?
I said Cowboys, and then I said
No, you said something before the Cowboys.
The Chiefs.
Okay, you got the Cowboys, you got the Chiefs.
The Florida team.
No, not
Neither
top 5.
one.
Not
Okay.
top 5.
Green Bay Tigers.
Green Bay's number 2.
Ooh, good answer.
Minnesota Vikings.
No,
Buffalo.
nope.
That was y'all green answer. Ooh, the Steelers.
Steelers and the Eagles are number 5.
Dude, I said Steelers. You ain't
I didn't hear
see
you.
y'all talking over me.
I
No,
didn't
but-
hear you.
We gave you a chance to breathe, kid. You ain't hear you say Steeler Nation.
I said Steelers. That's the first thing I said.
Well,
No, ain't nobody
First
heard
of
that.
all, we don't believe you. Second,
Yeah,
you
it's
never
on
even been
tape.
to the stadium. So stop the cap.
It's on video, Duke.
So D Gore said the Ravens and the Commanders.
Nope.
It's too late. It's over. He said top 5. That was it.
No, because the Eagles and Steelers were 5. There's one more.
Right.
One more. I give you
Is
a
the
hint.
playoff team?
I give you no. I give you a hint. They share the stadium.
The Giants.
The Giants?
Jets and the Giants.
The Giants.
Jets and the Giants.
Don't
They
try to
both-
include the
they
Jets. Get
share
them
the
out of
number
here,
2?
Duke.
Number 3. Yes.
They both share
Yes.
number 3?
Yep.
Man.
Because of the size of the stadium and that plays a
And the
role.
problem is that we just got a whole bunch of delusional fans. Me included. Come on.
The stadium gets used twice as much.
Yo. All right, y'all. It's 6 o'clock. It's the witching hour. It's first stop to the next stop. The Super Dave along with Coach Kurt, G Money,
What
and
up?
Slick the Relic.
The living fossil.
He's somewhere lost out there, snowed in. All right, but
What's up? Green ain't calling today? What's up with this dude?
Green watching and listening, but you know, yeah, but like,
Ain't got much to say this week.
right. He was making a little bit of noise yesterday, rooting for the Rams, and then he got quiet.
I got
when
it.
they lost.
Tiny got it half wrong, right? Didn't he get it half and half?
That's
Well,
only because the quarterback got
Right.
hurt.
Think about that, man. He was on the cusp of being great. Shout out to Tiny. He was,
Well,
he was in the mix trying to get it right. And injury is part of the game. So, i.e., for example, if dude didn't get injured, he might have been 100% right. But and think about it. Who would want to watch Denver with a backup quarterback? Dude ain't never played. You think this is Jeff Hostetler era all over again?
It could have happened
It didn't happen.
if the coach would have coached the right game. How did Hostetler get into the how did the Giants win that NFC championship? Do y'all remember?
They got lucky.
No, seriously. What points did they score?
Didn't they have Dave Meggett or who was it? Who or what was the dude that was on Arizona?
You talking about the scat back, David Meggett?
Right. Wasn't he on that team?
Isn't he in jail now?
I think O.T. Anderson was on that team. No, that was the
Anderson,
86. That was the 86
He
team.
came from the Cardinals, right?
Right, yeah. Ain't Dave Meggett in jail?
Oh, I don't even know.
Lonnie said defense won. So
Yeah, you think so? I agree with that. But what was the score?
who did they beat?
They beat if I remember correctly, they beat the 49ers. I'm looking it up right now just to make sure I'm right. Hold on.
What year did the Bills play the Giants? And why?
I believe that was 91.
Why would the 49ers play the Giants in the Super Bowl? They was in the same conference.
No. You asked me who did they beat in the NFC Championship. That's what I thought you were saying.
No, I didn't say that.
So this was the. So listen,
O.J. Anderson, and the score was low. But go ahead. That's what.
This was the score, 15-13. Matt Ball kicked 5 field goals, including a 42-yarder as time expired.
Who did they beat?
They beat the 49ers. Now, this is the NFC Championship.
When I talk about the NFC Championship, we talk about the Super Bowl. Or you say how he got there?
Obviously, they beat the Bills, and Scott Norwood missed the field goal.
Correct.
Right, but when I'm saying you asked me, we was talking about Denver getting to the Super Bowl. I said, well, it could have happened, and the Giants did it with Jeff Hostetler kicking 5 field goals. They scored no touchdowns.
Yes, Dave Meggett is in jail.
Dave Meggett was on that team, or was it O.J. Anderson? But all right. So the other part of that was like, all right, it happened then, but did history repeat itself? No, it didn't.
Right, it didn't because some guys want to not kick field goal.
Dave Meggett was only 5'7".
Paul Sells kicked 5 field goals and won that game.
Well, you got to take what the offense give you. I concur. He did a good job.
Yes, he did. You know what I'm saying? And they basically did that again in the next game. So, you know that you're in the that you're in the playoffs. Yeah, you take as many points as you can, man. You don't just leave them up there and then the doggone weather changed on y'all, and now y'all can't even do. They couldn't do nothing once the weather changed.
Yo, Mongo, I was watching the game when he called the timeout and he ran the play. I came out the bedroom with the disgust look on my face, and Dolores goes, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I'm watching football and I'm just pissed off." I went outside to go shovel. I didn't even watch the rest of the game.
Right. And did you see what I wrote in the text? I was like, this is why I turn these games off sometimes.
I was done. I was like,
well, I mean, it's good if it works and it's bad if it don't, right?
Yeah, but he still should have kicked it, yo. Like if it was your main quarterback, I still would have kicked it. But still, with your backup quarterback, you should have just kicked it to be up 10-0.
Right.
The game would have went into overtime.
Right. Give it right. Make the game 2 possessions.
Right. I could agree with that, but
yeah, so he blew it. And then Serge put in the text the clip, that post he put in the text about he kind of regret not taking them 3 points. Like, come on, man, that was common sense.
Well,
you're in the playoffs. And I said this a few weeks ago. I said, because I was talking about it with Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. I said, the reason I don't like what they do because this stuff carries over into the playoffs. They do this stuff going into the playoffs. They'll keep doing it, and it bit them yesterday.
So let me ask you. Well, while we got the great,
There was a big fight on this weekend.
right, 31st. While we got the great relic here, you're missing this right now. But you could see, if you could see, you know what's going on. Who do you like in the Super Bowl?
Well, I'm gonna go for my prediction was the Rams and the Patriots, right?
So you was
But
right.
I didn't want the Patriots to go. I still don't want them to win, so I gotta root for the NFC this year.
Okay.
I can't root for them, and they have seven trophies.
Okay. So if you notice, somebody just left the building.
Yeah, I got my
All right.
I got my number card right here.
All right.
But yeah, I can't root for the Patriots. We're at the point now. There's been so many Super Bowls now that you got to root for the team that has the least amount of Super Bowls, because you don't want none of them to catch your team.
Oh, okay. I got you. So, I mean, well, I guess again, like, you was upset or y'all was like a little conflicted about the fact that dude didn't kick the field goal. But at the end of the day, he still keep his job. And did he coach the win? No, he didn't. Right. So
Right. And that's what Tomlin said. We playing to win. When did not taking 3 points not playing to win?
that's playing for excuse.
I'm just saying. So,
Right.
I'd rather, like I said, I want to see the player lose the game, not the coach.
Oh,
I want to see the players lose the game.
Mousy.
I want to see the team. I want to see the player. I want to see the coach make an adjustment in the game if the player is messing up. It ain't like the last game of the, at the end of the game, whatever. Like the dude that fumbled the punt and recovered his punt. No, dude, you ain't getting it no more. We're not taking this chance. We can't take these chances now.
Shout out to my boy New York Nez on the check-in. All right. Yeah. It's really crazy how things happen. So shout out to Steve Rideout watching also.
It's definitely gonna be interesting this Super Bowl to see who does what. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna play conservative or who's gonna be aggressive.
Interesting. Right. So hopefully we expect you back next week if there's no snowstorm or nothing like that.
Yeah, ain't nothing gonna happen. We should be all
Your
right.
car is still gonna be under the drift of snow.
They said it's a possible chance of a snowstorm on Sunday, but I don't know if we're anticipating such a big storm or whatever the case may be.
But we're not getting above freezing. We're not getting above freezing.
No time soon.
Right, temperatures. This whole week is supposed to be below freezing, so I'm gonna have to chip the ice off. If I had the green truck, I'd have blasted through that shit, boy. This car got more plastic on it, so it was not happening.
So, but you're happy with your vehicle?
Or just go ahead and spend some money and buy a good cover then. If you're gonna put plastic on it.
No, he's talking.
No, I'm talking about the bumpers and stuff.
Oh, but
Like, you know what I'm saying? The Explorer was more steel because it was a 96.
Okay.
So I would have blasted through all of that stuff. I wouldn't have cared.
So, Lonnie said, but isn't aggressive being putting it in the player's hand? IJS, I think they should have taken the points, but it's contradictory. The analytics department, John Green said the analytics department won't let coaches coach. So
That's right. Analytics is destroying all the sports, man.
Each team has an analytics department.
Yeah.
probably so.
And
So,
then
if that is the case, though, then did you think that Tomlin overbid the analytics department?
Tomlin been doing analytics. Yo, let me tell you. Like I said,
I wait before you say that. Don't be spitting misnomers in the universe. But go.
listen. You asked me last week. what game was it that turned you on Tomlin? And I told you, I don't know. Greg might have heard this game. I mean, watch this game when Dallas came to Pittsburgh. They beat.
Hold on, Mongo. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah.
Your remind confirmation code is 6275. Again, your remind conf.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mongo.
All right, that was an important call.
All right. So last week you asked me what game that turned me on against Tomlin, and I told you when Dallas came to Pittsburgh and they beat us 35-30, right? We scored the first touchdown in that game, and Tomlin went for 2. We scored the first touchdown, he went for 2. He didn't get it, right? And then every touchdown after that, we went for 2. He threw like 4. Ben threw like 4. That's the game where he had the fake spike, and he threw a touchdown to Antonio Brown or somebody. We lost that game 35-30. After that, I was like, yo, I started paying more attention to what he was doing. I'm saying every year he blow like 2 or 3 games like that. That's why his record is 9-8 every year. His record supposed to be like 10 and his record supposed to be 11-5, 10-6, 12-4. But he blow 2 or 3 games every year doing that.
So
and you can't afford that when you're going into the playoffs.
Prior to that, you was likely, but he's exposed himself throwing those extra points away instead of
right. He throws them away every game. He's throwing them away. And you know, I said when I first got there, I said you guys don't watch the game. And then now that y'all have paid attention, I know y'all see what I'm talking about. Because he do it all the time. Last week, 2 weeks ago, if Luke didn't miss that field goal, it'd be a totally different conversation about him.
I just didn't watch Pittsburgh like that, but I understand what you're saying.
Right. So I never watched McCarthy like that, so I don't know how good he is. But they say he had good relationships with his quarterbacks, and he picked a lot of good quarterbacks. So.
Well, he rocked out with Rodgers. So,
right. Dak Prescott is one of his picks, right?
For sure.
Yeah, Dak Prescott ain't a bad quarterback neither.
No, he's not.
Well,
right, so I'm expecting the same. And plus, Aaron Rodgers don't have a problem mentoring the next guy up.
Well,
because he mentioned Jordy Love.
Well, let me ask Greg, what did he think happened with his Cowboys this year? Because we did waste a lot of time on frivolous stuff like the Jets. But go ahead, Greg. What do you think happened with your Cowboys this year?
Their defense was terrible. They had some good games where they played well, but games they should have won, the offense didn't play well. This was all over the place, and now to me, you need to pay Pickens and get some defensive help to help. They still,
So when they traded Michael Parsons away, you think that hurt them?
I'm going to say yes, because you didn't get any pressure, and then your cornerbacks and safeties was getting beat, and then everybody was, you didn't have no one pressuring the quarterback for rush throws, throwing the ball faster than they wanted to. But listen, Jerry Jones wants to be the man of the hour and be on Front Street. And think it's all about him.
Right.
And
it is. He's that's why money. No.
That's why, what's the guy that was the coach? I can't think of his name. Jimmy Johnson. Oh, yeah. Right, left, and then they ain't been winning since. They didn't win games.
Barry Switzer took them with Jimmy Johnson team.
Yes. But I'm just saying, like, he wants to be in control. Let your coach and the people do what they're supposed to do. You know? And yes, they're always gonna sell out. So, like, it's crazy. I don't know.
But I seen a post that said, "Why is Jerry Jones in the Hall of Fame and Robert Kraft isn't?"
I'm sure Robert Kraft will be.
Yeah, but that's a good question.
Well, if they win this year, he would definitely get great consideration going there. And not to mention that My
He don't
thing
need
is
this year to
down,
go. He
the
don't need
team's
this year's
down,
Super
no.
Bowl to get in, though.
No, he don't. He don't.
But you get, I would think you would get better consideration with a W.
They've been
Right.
Super Bowl more than the Dallas has.
But I would say again, I would say, well, like maybe somebody sleeping at the wheel that's monitoring or get the vote, and then they would like maybe have to be considered if they won the
Mhm.
Super Bowl. Like, yeah, these guys need to be there. Yeah, this guy need to be there. But like, hey, I don't know. Steve said McCartney sucked in Dallas and he will suck in Pittsburgh. The people here in Pittsburgh are furious that he's coming to town.
Who said that?
Steve Rideout.
Well, Steve, they were 12-5 3 years.
Well, his last year that
Well, that was a losing record this last
No.
year, but 12-5 for 3 years.
well,
I mean,
Steve
it's
is
not
over in Pittsburgh, so he knows that they furious. He out there with them. Like what? This blankly blank is coming. Get
Yeah,
him up out
They
here.
wanted to. That's the thing. They wanted Tom McDonald, but they didn't want Robert Kraft. They wanted. I mean, they didn't want McCarthy. They wanted somebody younger. What I don't get is what's how do I forget his dude name?
Is he a coach?
The commentator, the former cornerback for the Steelers.
Troy Aikman.
No, the cornerback, the black dude. He's a analyst. Is it Ike Taylor?
Who?
Oh.
The analyst on one of the NFL shows. Former cornerback for the Steelers, defensive back, the black dude.
Bullhead
Is it-
glasses.
Oh,
It's not Ike Taylor, right?
no, it's RC. The
RC went to play with that.
Pittsburgh.
He did. That's right. He did
Yeah.
play with Pittsburgh.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah,
Ryan Clark.
Ryan
Yes.
Clark.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Ryan Clark.
Thanks, D
He
boy.
said
Thanks,
if it
Lonnie.
was if it was a black, if it was a white coach, we'd have a different discussion about them letting Tomlin walk. I'm like, Tomlin was there for 19 years. What are you talking about?
Well, RC don't know what
Harbaugh
he's
was at
talking
his
about.
spot for 19, 18 years. So it's the same thing. Had nothing to do with race.
You don't think race comes into play at all?
I don't think race had, he was there 19 years. Well, Tom was there 19 years, man. Come on.
Remember, Tomlin stepped down. He didn't get fired.
Right, this is what I'm saying. So yeah, Ryan Clark. So why you saying it was about? He's saying he's pulling the black card. I didn't
Ryan
understand.
Clark throws stuff out there like that.
Yeah, Ryan Clark he's catfishing with Stephen A. John Green said Tony Dungy. I think that was way off. But all right, but listen, Mongo, anything you like to say or share with us before we come back and see you next week?
This is a great show, yo,
I
man. One day I
appreciate
want
you,
to,
man.
I want to fill out a job application and be with you guys.
But yo,
Denied.
especially
Mongo.
being that you missing the sale on the salmon this evening.
I see I got two missing chairs there. I
Mongo.
see it. Yeah.
If I was the GM,
Uh-huh.
I would let you be on my squad.
All right.
All right.
All right. That's what's
Just,
good.
you know.
Greg's got to stay together, kid.
Yes.
Alright.
You would be there. Yeah. Even though I would be fussing with you, you still would be there. Yeah.
You be on my team as long as you don't take no 3-pointers. That's
All right. That's why I benched him, man. Mongo!
what
No!
you doing. That's almost like when K shot that shot and it
Oh
hit
no!
the side of the
Oh
backboard.
no!
Behind the backboard.
Oh no!
My
Yeah,
man-
but I'll be there next week.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Safe travels, bro. Hopefully you get dug out.
Yeah, no doubt.
All
I'll
right,
talk to y'all
peace.
later.
Yo, be safe, bro.
All right, peace.
All right. All right. So, yeah, we got a couple of minutes left of the show. Let me do some shout outs. Like my niece's birthday was this past week. Shout out to her, Troy. Shout out to my boy Anthony. His birthday was yesterday in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, what a and happy
Yeah.
belated.
Yeah. Shout out to shucks. I think Jeff Cherry birthday was the 21st.
I think
Billy
the day
Anderson.
before was the other Anthony, Loriano.
Okay. All right.
He was in my class.
Anybody else y'all interested? Shout out. like to say rest in peace to Eric Wilcox's sister, Joy. She passed away. Her service was over the weekend.
Rest in peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also somebody sent me a text about Jackie or Whitehurst. I think they're having a service for her next week, but I think it's like a private service.
Oh, yeah.
Family, right. So rest in peace to her. And you know, I mean, it's just a lot. Again, life be lifing. But I mean, you know, I'm glad that, you know, we just in a cold situation, but we're gonna be all right in a few weeks, man, as far as, you know, the weather, you know, hopefully take a turn for the better. Like, you know, come March. I mean, we still gotta get out of January, we still gotta get out of February. But yeah, that fight's gonna be Saturday night. Shout out to my boy Rufus, his nephew fighting. So he's gonna be in that entourage on the card, right?
Okay.
Or not. That's Shakur's fighting, right?
Yeah. To fellow Lopez.
Oh, okay. Lopez, he fought Tank. And Tank, yeah. Tank knocked him out. Oh yeah, and Lonnie said another day closer to baseball. And shout out to everybody listening, paying attention, share the love with us again. Anybody want to share, like, with posts, like what team they like and whatnot? Like, is it the Patriots or is it the Seahawks? All right, right now the general consensus is the Seahawks. So it's just about playing the game, what the score gonna be, and how bad or who execute the best, you know. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? So we got Nick game tomorrow night. I know a guy. All right, anybody interested? Yeah. Also,
They play Detroit.
They play Sacramento.
Oh, when they play Detroit?
I don't know. Probably they got to go to Detroit to play them, if I'm not mistaken. We will check and whatnot. But they got some interesting games coming up, and you know, I'm glad they sort of somewhat righted the ship. You know, they won. They went down. They really needed that victory in Philly, so they got that. That was cool. All right. So again, Steve said the Seahawks will dominate the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Agreed, Steve, no doubt. Hopefully we're right. Anybody else? You know, I want to say great show. I don't know what happened to your camera, G.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm about to call Tiny up and we figure it out. But yeah, it just went on us. But other than that, I appreciate everybody listening in.
They don't play Detroit until February 6th.
Okay, that's right around the corner though.
Yeah, they got to play the
Well,
Lakers.
they play the Lakers on the 1st, and then
The next few games, like you said, Sacramento, Toronto, Portland, Lakers,
yeah,
Washington, Denver, then Detroit, then Boston.
yeah, they got some tough games coming up, but they got to prove themselves because Boston and Detroit is not a cakewalk. Definitely not.
There you go. Should be a good game tonight on basketball. They got BYU playing number 1 Kansas, Arizona.
Okay.
Should be a good game. Should be real good.
All right.
I think Arizona's number 1, and I think BYU is number 7, 8, something like that.
Right, then March Madness. So once we get into February, man, we got to get out of January. January just been rough, but we still blessed to be here.
You said rest in
not?
peace, Pinky. Who the hell's Pinky?
But Jackie Whitehurst.
Oh,
Okay.
my bad.
All right. So yeah. So all right, y'all. I want to say your goodbyes and whatnot. Again, thank everybody for looking out, tuning in, and let's go, G.
Good show.
I know.
Thanks for everyone listening. Everybody stay safe in this cold, frigid weather we having.
Mhm.
See everybody next week, God willing.
For sure. Kurt.
Stay warm, stay safe. See y'all next week.
Yeah. All right. Thank y'all, everybody. Yeah, we should have a full lineup next week. And keep on keeping on. We winter's here. That's what we're dealing with. But yeah. And yeah, let's go. We see y'all next week. Peace.
Yes.
All right, we don't have no outgoing music, people.
You gonna hum?
So nah, I don't hum, I don't rap. I'm not Slick the Relic. I don't do those things. So I'm not gonna play myself.
I know that. We good. All right, y'all. Peace.